The story begins in the smallest country in Europe, Illyria, a nation ruled under a monarchy where a single royal family controls everything. In this kingdom, only the firstborn child is destined to become the next king or queen. The second-born children, they're given no royal responsibilities at all. That's where we meet Sam, the second-born princess of Illyria. Unlike her older sister Eleanor, who receives full royal treatment as the future queen, Sam is treated like she barely matters in the palace. Eleanor is about to turn 18, and once she does, she'll officially take the throne from their mother, Queen Catherine. We also learn that Sam's father died in a tragic plane crash. Since then, Queen Catherine has been ruling Illyria alone. But Sam? She doesn't really care about the royal lifestyle. In fact, she lives like a completely normal teenager. No one restricts her. Sam runs a band with her best friend Mike, and together they organize protests against the monarchy. She strongly believes Illyria shouldn't be ruled by dictatorship. She wants democracy, a system where people can choose their own government. During one protest, a huge crowd gathers in support of Sam, but soon the police show up. They accuse her of inciting people against the government and start chasing her. Sam jumps on her skateboard and tries to escape, racing through the streets, but she crashes and falls. The police catch her and take her to the station. After being released, she's brought before her mother. Sam tells Queen Catherine that the people of Illyria don't want dictatorship anymore. They want democracy, the right to choose their leaders. But Queen Catherine dismisses her, saying only a few people think that way, people like you, and with that she walks away. Meanwhile, outside the city lies Illyria's most secure prison, a secret facility holding some of the most dangerous criminals. Inside one cell, a mysterious prisoner is calmly eating an apple. Hidden inside it, he finds a tiny transmitter. He inserts it into a digital device he has concealed. Suddenly, the electronic lock around his neck unlocks, and one by one, all the prison cells begin to open. The prisoner escapes. Back in the city, Sam and Mike are practicing with their band when something strange happens. Sam suddenly notices that Mike's breath smells like garlic. Mike laughs and says he ate garlic 2 days ago, but Sam is confused. How can she still smell it from that far away? It feels strange. Mike brushes it off. Sam does too, and leaves. Later, Queen Catherine throws a grand royal party for Eleanor. Powerful and influential guests from across the kingdom attend. Sam is there too, but she receives a message from Mike. She had promised to attend another party with him, so Sam lies to her mother and sneaks out. When Sam and Mike arrive at the party, they're denied entry because they don't have ID cards. Disappointed, they turn to leave, but then Sam notices workers entering through a back gate. The workers type in a secret password to unlock the door. From a distance, Sam somehow manages to see the password clearly. Mike is shocked. How could she read that from so far away? Still confused, they enter the password and sneak inside. Soon they're enjoying the party, but then something overwhelming happens. Sam suddenly starts hearing everything, every tiny sound in the room. Conversations from across the hall, footsteps, whispers, even the smallest noises echo loudly in her ears. The music becomes unbearable. Her senses are overloaded. Panicking, she tries to stop the music but fails. Finally, in desperation, she pulls the fire alarm. Chaos erupts. Everyone runs out, and once again the police arrive and arrest Sam and Mike. Shortly after being arrested, Sam and Mike are released because their parents arrive at the station. Queen Catherine is beyond frustrated with Sam's reckless behavior. As punishment, she sentences her to attend summer classes instead of enjoying her vacation. But things are about to change in a big way. Meanwhile, the escaped prisoner is making his way toward the city. He calls one of his men, the same man who hid the transmitter inside the apple that helped him escape. He thanks him. From their conversation, we learn something important. It was Queen Catherine who put him in that prison, and now he's ready to do whatever it takes to get revenge. Back at the palace, Sam reluctantly shows up for her summer classes. There, she meets a girl named January, who is also a second-born royal. Soon, Sam notices that everyone in the room is just like her, second-born children from different royal families. Then Professor James walks in. He reveals a shocking secret. Every single one of them is a second-born royal, and they've been brought here for a special training program. James explains that second-born royals possess unique superhuman abilities, powers that only appear in the second child of a royal bloodline. These abilities have been quietly used by the monarchy for generations. The students are stunned. James continues, revealing that for years, the royal families have operated a hidden organization known as the Secret Society of Second-Born Royals. Their mission? To protect the king, the queen, and the entire kingdom. And then, the leader of this secret society steps forward. It's Queen Catherine. Sam is completely shocked to see her mother there. Catherine explains that they are here to unlock their powers and train to defend their country, but the training will be intense. Anyone who fails to discover their ability will be sent back to normal life, and their memories of this place will be erased. They'll never even know they had powers. Training Training begins immediately. For their first test, the students must reach a glowing pyramid placed in the center of a secured room. It looks simple, but the moment one student steps forward, laser cannons activate and fire. Now everyone understands. This won't be easy. Professor James designed this challenge to force their powers to awaken under pressure. The students begin dodging laser blasts, trying to move forward while avoiding getting hit. During the chaos, Princess Roxana discovers her ability. She can turn completely invisible. Meanwhile, Sam realizes her senses have dramatically heightened. Her hearing, sight, and awareness are far beyond normal. Every movement, every sound, she can detect it all. Another student, Tuma, learns he has the power of mind control. He can influence others to obey him. Each of them tries using their new abilities to reach the pyramid, but despite their powers, they all fail the test. Later, while the students are sitting outside and talking, January suddenly discovers her ability. She realizes that by simply touching someone, she can absorb their power. She can temporarily take someone else's ability and use it as her own. At the same time, a boy named Mito learns that he can control small creatures, insects, bugs, and other tiny life forms. Now, every student has uncovered their unique strength. Seeing this, Professor James assigns each of them specialized training tailored to their abilities. Sam is taken into a massive sound chamber filled with speakers. Different noises blast from every direction. Whispers, footsteps, alarms, conversations, random static. Professor James explains her task. She must focus on each individual sound and identify them correctly. If she can isolate and recognize every single one, she passes. The room is overwhelming. The noise is constant and chaotic. Completing this challenge feels nearly impossible for Sam. Meanwhile, Tuma is given a different test. He's placed in front of an aggressive dog that refuses to obey anyone. He's told that if he can mentally control the dog, he passes. Princess Roxana is trained to use her invisibility under extreme conditions: heat, heavy rain, even snowfall. She must prove she can activate and maintain her power no matter the environment. Mito's challenge is to command swarms of insects with precision and discipline, and January is thrown into a pool alongside a girl who can breathe underwater. She's told that if she can absorb that power and use it herself, she'll pass the test. Even during lunch, the evaluations continue. Professor James secretly gives Sam poisoned food, testing whether her heightened senses can detect danger. Sam smells it carefully and immediately realizes something is wrong. She refuses to eat it. She passes again. Later, Queen Catherine takes Sam into a hidden royal armory, a secret room filled with advanced weapons used only by the royal family. Catherine begins training her personally, teaching her combat skills and strategy, preparing her to become a true warrior. After intense training sessions, the results are in. Every student passes their individual tests, except one, Roxana. Despite having the power of invisibility, she fails to fully control it during her assessment. The others impress Professor James by mastering their abilities and completing their challenges, but Roxana struggles. That's when Professor James approaches her and picks up her phone. He knows she loves live streaming, so he says, "Let's go live." Roxana is exhausted, sweaty, and not wearing makeup. The last thing she wants is to appear in front of her followers like this, and that's exactly the point. As the live stream countdown begins, panic sets in, and suddenly, Roxana disappears, invisible. Professor James smiles. He's succeeded. By pushing her out of her comfort zone, he forced her to activate and control her power at will. After completing their individual tests, all the students feel proud and excited. Professor James continues putting them through intense combat drills, strategy exercises, and teamwork simulations. One by one, they push past their limits, mastering their abilities and growing stronger every day. Then we see a quiet nighttime scene. Everyone is asleep. Sam, lying in bed, secretly texts Mike. The two of them start planning to sneak out and attend a party. But suddenly, Professor James enters the dorm. He gathers all the students and announces that it's time for a real mission. A thief has broken into a jewelry store just outside the city, and now it's their responsibility to stop him. They don't have much time. The young royals rush to the scene. Using their powers, they quickly capture the thief. But then they discover something shocking. The thief is actually January's water training coach. It was all a setup. This was another test designed by Professor James. He wanted to evaluate their teamwork, to see how they would plan, communicate, and handle a real-world threat together. But he's disappointed. They rushed in without any strategy, no plan. Because of that, Professor James cancels their training for the next day. Sam feels discouraged. That night, she cancels her party plans with Mike. She's too upset to celebrate. The rest of the students are disappointed too. Since training is canceled the next day, they decide to leave the camp for a while and explore outside. During this time, Sam and January grow much closer. They've become true friends. Sam invites January to the palace. Secretly, she takes her to her room and begins showing her personal belongings, items her father had given her before he died. She talks about how much she loved him and how much she misses him. Outside, Mike arrives at the palace. He sees Sam laughing with January, happy without him. It hurts, because somewhere along the way, Mike has started started to fall for her. Feeling jealous and heartbroken, he turns to leave. Sam notices and runs outside to stop him, but before she can say anything, the escaped prisoner appears. He grabs Sam and January, attempting to eliminate them. They fight back using their powers. Barely surviving, they manage to escape his grip. But before fleeing, the prisoner calls Sam by a special nickname, the exact same name her father used to call her. Sam freezes. How could he know that? A terrifying thought enters her mind. Could that prisoner be her father? Determined to find out the truth, Sam runs into the forest, chasing after him. Using her heightened senses, she tracks him down. Meanwhile, Professor James arrives to protect her. But the prisoner isn't alone in strength. Professor James deploys tactical defenses and confronts him directly. What follows is an intense, brutal fight. The prisoner is incredibly powerful. Professor James is overpowered and severely injured. He collapses, and he's rushed to the hospital. At the hospital, Queen Catherine arrives. She blames Sam for everything that happened. But Sam tells her something shocking. The prisoner called her by the special nickname only her father used. Catherine goes silent. Then she reveals a secret she has kept hidden for years. The prisoner isn't Sam's father. He's her uncle, and he was the one who murdered her father to take the throne. Catherine confesses that the plane crash was a lie. Sam's father didn't die in an accident. He was assassinated by his own brother. Sam can't believe it. Desperate for the truth, she goes to confront her uncle. But when she meets him, he tells a completely different story. He says Catherine lied. He never wanted the throne. All he wanted was for his brother, Sam's father, to end the dictatorship. He believed that when his brother became king, he would eventually bring equality to Illyria, because every citizen deserves to be treated the same. But days passed, then months, and nothing changed. The monarchy remained oppressive. According to him, he did what he did because he wanted a ruler who believed in equality. No rich, no poor, just people. Hearing this breaks Sam's heart. Confused and devastated, she goes to her sister Eleanor, the future queen. Sam tells her everything. Eleanor assures her that once she becomes queen, she will end the dictatorship. She promises reforms. She promises fairness. She promises change for everyone, rich or poor. Sam feels hopeful again. She believes her sister. Soon, the entire team of young royals prepares to secure Eleanor's coronation ceremony. The next day, the grand ceremony begins. Royal families from across the region gather. The superpowered students are positioned around the venue for protection. Tuma attempts to use his mind control ability on the crowd, but something is wrong. His power isn't working. He can't control anyone. It confuses him. Meanwhile, we see January. She secretly absorbed Tuma's power because January can steal abilities. She makes her way to the prison facility, mind controls a guard, and opens a cell. Inside is Sam's uncle. That's when the truth is revealed. January has been working with him all along. She was the one who smuggled the apple with the transmitter into the prison. She helped him escape. She's been supporting him at every step, and she betrayed her friends. Why? Because she believes that once the monarchy falls, he'll make her the next queen. Blinded by ambition, she chose power over loyalty. January uses her stolen abilities to overpower the other students and locks them inside the very cell where Sam's uncle had been held. Now, she and the uncle are free to execute their plan during the coronation. When the captured students regain consciousness, they realize they're imprisoned. Something terrible is about to happen. Using his insect control power, Mito sends a tiny bug carrying a message to Sam, warning her about January's betrayal and the uncle's plan. Sam receives the message, and panic sets in. She uses her heightened senses to track her uncle's location and follows him, determined to stop whatever he's planning. We see her uncle arrive at the coronation hall. Eleanor is about to be crowned queen. Quietly, he places a small device outside the building. It's a nanobomb. His goal is clear: destroy the monarchy, end it all. Inside, Sam feels alone. Her team is gone. She has no backup, so she runs to Mike's house, asking for help. Mike is still hurt and angry. He refuses to open the door, but Sam tells him she's in serious trouble. That's all he needs to hear. He steps outside. Together, they create a plan to distract January and lure her away from the ceremony, because Sam now knows the truth about her betrayal, and time is running out. January finally admits the truth. She tells Sam she's been working with her uncle all along. She did it because she wants to become the next queen. Hearing this completely breaks Sam's heart, but before January can react, Mike steps in. Right on cue, he throws a heavy object at January, knocking her unconscious. Without wasting time, Sam and Mike rush to the prison facility where the rest of the team is being held. They free their friends, and together they make a decision. No matter what happens, they will protect the royal family. They head to the prison security control room and discover something terrifying. The nanotech bomb is gone. Sam's uncle has taken it. Now they must stop him before it's too late. They quickly come up with a plan to retrieve the device. Sam tracks her uncle using her heightened senses and confronts him directly. She distracts him, engaging in a tense fight. During the chaos, the team seizes the nano device and runs, trying to secure it and protect everyone at the coronation. Each student uses their unique powers, and now the team works in perfect sync. This time, they have a plan. Together, they trap Sam's uncle and finally capture him. Meanwhile, Eleanor is officially crowned Queen of Illyria. The monarchy monarchy survives, but things are about to change. After the ceremony, Queen Catherine formally welcomes the young heroes into the secret society of second-born royals. They are now full members. Their mission, protect Illyria from any threat. Professor James makes a full recovery and returns, proud of how far they've come. Eleanor is finally told the truth about Sam and the secret society. Now that she is queen, she deserves to know everything. When she learns about Sam's bravery, about how she risked everything to save the kingdom, she feels overwhelming pride. She hugs her sister tightly, and she makes a promise. She will not only end the dictatorship, she will bring democracy to Illyria. Real change is coming. In the final scene, we see the young royals gathered inside their secret headquarters. They're ready for whatever comes next. But then Queen Catherine delivers shocking news. January has escaped from prison, and she has issued a challenge to the secret society. Catch her if they can. The team looks at each other. A new mission begins. And with that, the movie ends. If you enjoyed this, hit like, tap subscribe, and share it with your friends, because the next story is about to be even crazier.